Welcome to the Doctor's Mentor Show. If you believe that medicine is an industry and not a profession, if you enjoy submitting complex reimbursement claims, or you would do another residency just for fun, be advised, you're about to be offended. You should probably leave now.
All this talk about mentoring doctors is ridiculous. I thought doctors learned to do everything better than everyone else the first year of medical school. At least that's the way they act.
If you love assisting patients with vitality breakthroughs, if the right to practice medicine without interference is important, and you want expert tips for practice freedom and profits to support your epic life, welcome aboard and prepare to be blown away. The Doctor's Mentor Show starts now. Here's your host, Dr. Lori Barr.
Hey, it's Dr. Lori Barr here. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Doctor's Mentor Show. This is a short episode designed to answer simply one question. You know, I get questions from time to time from doctors and from other credentialed professionals, whether they're inside healthcare or outside of healthcare. And since I have been podcasting for the past 3 to 4 years, this question comes up a lot. What is a podcast and how's it different from social media? So let's just go through that real quick and clear up any questions you have about what a podcast is and how it's different from social media. Now, you know how social media is. It's owned by a company and you post your content on it, but before you do that, you agree to the terms of service. And basically, you have very few rights to your content once it's on their platform. Those companies always have the right to delete your content if they want to. Well, it's not the same with a podcast because, see, a podcast is a recurring digital audio and or video show that's published periodically by either the show host and or a publishing or production company. And listeners or viewers can consume that either a single episode at a time or they can subscribe to your show. So you load up your shows onto a podcast host. The podcast host sends out an RSS feed to distributors who distribute the content to the end user. So it's very much the same as if you had a magazine that you wrote and you sent it to the publisher and the publisher published it and printed it. And the print copies went to different distribution outlets like stores that sell magazines and stands that sell magazines, and some went mailed out to people's homes. Same type of thing, but with a digital audio file. So if you think of a podcast as a digital audio magazine, that would be a better concept of what it is relative to social media. Sometimes professionals will ask me, well, what's the difference between a podcast and a radio show? Because, you know, you do hear podcasts on the radio now. And again, a way to think about that is a radio station is simply another distribution outlet for your podcast when you're syndicated, when you've got syndicated content. So it's a part of the process of delivery. It's not what it is, which is the podcast, or how it's hosted, which is on the podcast host. So that's the answer to that question. The beauty of a podcast is you own your content. You're tapping in, if you're doing audio podcasting, you're tapping in to the ability to almost go directly into someone's subconscious mind and get your message across because they have the ability to do other things while they're listening to you. So their executive function, the part of the brain that is like the BS detector that sees if your message is relevant and timely, it's not paying as much attention if they're doing something else at the same time. So you can slip right in there with the message and become a trusted advisor, a trusted advocate, a trusted friend to your listeners much quicker than perhaps with other media. So that's what a podcast is. Just think of it as a digital audio show that's delivered by subscription. And you own the platform, your own global platform that gets out to all over the world. It's pretty amazing.
Your next step.
If you'd like more information about podcasting, you can simply go to my website, drloribar.com, and click on the show notes for this episode. And in those show notes will be a link for how you can learn more about creating your own podcast and what this challenge is all about that I'm participating in. Take care. I'll see you next time. I'm Dr. Lori Barr. Remember, one idea is all it takes to change your world.
Are you stopping at a hospital? Hello? Don't you know that hospitals are one of the sickest places on the planet? Don't touch anything in there and get out as fast as you can.